Kathleen Marshall, who's going to be presenting at our awards, presented.
And your awards happen annually, biannually?
Annually.
And it's coming up soon this summer, right?
Yes, it is. It's Monday, June 3rd at the Skirball Center at NY.
Welcome to All That Buzz with Victoria. And yes, that's me, Victoria. Now let's just get something straight right from the start. I'm not a critic. I'm just simply going to share my love of the arts, entertainment, and design with you. Oh, and maybe some humor. Hello, I have with me now Patricia Watt. She is continuing the tradition started by her father in the Fred and Adele Astaire Awards. Now tell me more about the Fred and Adele Astaire Awards that was started by your father.
Yes, my father, Douglas Watt, who was a drama critic and music critic for the New Yorker and the Daily News, he was on many committees, Pulitzer, Tony, Drama Desk. He was one of the founders of Drama Critics Circle and the Astaire Awards when Mr. Astaire was alive in 1982. In those days, what they did was 5 or 6 critics would meet at the Brook Club in New York and pick the best dancers that they had seen on Broadway. There were no nominations. There were many different sponsors over the years. The last was Theater Development Fund.
What about Fred Astaire fascinated your father?
I mean, it's a very good question. My father being a critic and being, having to review all these amazing people for so many years, and as someone said recently, he was a triple threat in that he reviewed theater, music, and dance. I just think like most people, it's like if you ask a dancer who their favorite dancer is or was, very often, it'll be Fred Astaire. And I think there was no one more elegant and graceful and talented as Astaire. I think that last year there was a piece in the Wall Street Journal about us and about Fred Astaire versus Gene Kelly. Gene Kelly was an amazing dancer. He was much more athletic. People have their favorites, but I think my father had great respect for him, as a performer, like most people do.
So, speaking of dance, so what else are the criteria for the award for people? I mean, how are people nominated? Is it style of dance? Is it tap? Is it ballet? Is it is it one particular type, or is it all across the board?
Well, because we're the only dance awards for Broadway and film, that can encompass any field of dance. And as you know, I mean, all dancers start out with classical training, ballet. So there's no criteria as far as what kind of dance.
Okay.
Our awards say outstanding dancer, female dancer for a Broadway show, outstanding male dancer, outstanding choreographer, as opposed to best. Best is a very is a term that I don't like using because there's so many people you could say as the best, but there are a lot of outstanding. I think just is more encompasses what I want to say, and it's just really we pick. I started the nomination process when I took over in 2005 and brought them back. Excuse me, 2008. They were on hiatus from 2003 to 2008. And it's really, we have a list of shows that everyone sees. I have a list of, I have maybe 20 nominators, and then there's a awarding committee of very auspicious people like Judith Jamison, like Anna Kisselgoff, the former lead dance critic for the Times, and Wendy Perron. on and on. And they see the shows, and then they pick 5 of the top, their top choices for each category.
Now, I can't say the word out loud right here, but what is this new project that you're working on?
Oh, yeah.
What's it titled?
Yeah, it's a parody of 50 Shades of Grey, and it's 50 Shades of F asterisk KED up. And it's something that a friend of mine had invited me to see, a very talented choreographer and director, and I just went to support her, and I was so surprised at how much fun this show was. So what's happened now, it's kind of taking off by storm, is that a friend of mine who was on The Real Housewives of New York, Luann de Lesseps, the Countess, and Ramona Singer, both had seen it and loved it, and they both want to produce it. And it's very funny because they're not friends, to say the least, and Bravo has decided to use this as a storyline for this upcoming season. So the show's going to be replete with all kinds of fighting controversy, as people see what it's like a la Smash, but in a hopefully more successful way, putting together a show, an off-Broadway show.
Now, about Smash, because I just watched the finale. I don't know if you did.
No, I heard Kathleen Marshall, who's going to be presenting at our awards, presented.
And your awards happen annually, biannually?
Annually.
And it's coming up soon this summer, right?
Yes, it is. It's Monday, June 3rd at the Skirball Center at NYU.
And that's the major piece, your major annual fundraiser.
It is. It is. Our charitable side, we do dance therapy for autistic children in the city's District 75 schools, which there are 57. And we're trying every year. We're in 5 schools now. We're trying every year to, I'd love next year to be in all the schools, but that's a great part of what we do year-round.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us, and
thank you.
Good luck with the awards ceremony.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks so much.